Hello everyone. Today I would like to introduce some of the topics that will definitely helpful for your data engineering roadmap. And we all have some of the dreams, right? So today we will discuss about how we can implement those kind of dreams or how that dreams will comes in our life. Okay. So you already know there are the series of topic I will try to upload through these videos like SQL, Azure, because I'm working in Azure. So I will try to explain how the Azure work, what are the things I learned through this year of experience. And then we will learn about the data structures and algorithm and Python. So this is the complete roadmap to crack the interviews. So I think not like crack the interviews, you can this helpful for your future. Like if you want to develop one more product and more, you are more efficient and you are unique compared to other people. So that will also helpful. Okay, today I would like to introduce some of the important topic in the SQL. So you must watch on this video series. Let's get started. Okay. Yeah. So you can see my screen. The first topic is all important about DDL or that is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and data query language. So these are the kind of things you need to get good understanding. The first one is DDL, data definition language. So that will help you to implement how this data structures will work. So that is DDL. Okay. So DML means data manipulation languages. That means already we implemented the schema that we need to implement some of the items. So that is DML. DCL means data control language. Data control language, some of the item we need to controlling. Some programming language we need to control some time. For example, if you are working with the concurrent process, we need to control it at the same point of time. So that time we can use the DCL and also DQL, data query language. We need to get the data. So that is only one statement, select statement, and DCL, data control statement. So you can see here DDL. DDL means data definition language. So first one is create, drop, alter, and truncate. So these are the things: create, drop, alter, and truncate. Create means create the databases or create the tables. So that we can use the create. And drop means we need to drop the table or things. So that is used for drop, alter. We need to modify. We already created the item, but we need to alter it for at the same point of time. So that time we can use the alter statement and truncate. Truncate means we need to delete all the item. Whatever we entered in the table, we need to delete the whole item at a certain moment. So that is the truncate. And the next one is you can see here DML. Insert, update, delete, call, explain call, log. So insert means insert the data into table. Already know. Update means we already inserted the data, but the next time that, for example, if the transaction happen, that overrides the second transaction. That means it is updated. And delete. Delete means delete. We need to discuss more. That will be coming under the section. Delete the line of code or a particular line of code with the condition that is delete. Call means we need to call a subquery or we need to implement whatever we write before that we need to call at a point of time. For example, we done one of the item at the time. So at the next line we need to call the result of other SQL or already implemented SQL query answer to that point. So that we can use the call, explain call. That also use the same. And log. Log means we need to reduce the concurrency. At a time, we need to, for example, if you are working with a banking transaction, you need to control at the same point of time, multiple number of users are entered and check it. Okay, checking it. But we need to do at only one transaction at a second, at a point of second. For example, if we need to divide the second into 100 parts, but each part of the second need to done only one transaction. If it is completed, we can take it next. So that time we need to control the concurrency. That is the important part of log. Then next one is TSQL, transaction control language. So you already know transaction control means we are doing the multiple transaction using this SQL statement. So that time we need to control, we need a control over these millions of transactions. So that time we can use this TCL, commit. We need to commit first transaction. Means that stop need to there, and save point, that we need to save at a point of time. Roll back, we already completed one transaction, but then we realize we need to back. Okay, we already need the previous, but we already deleted the data, but we need to get the previous data. Or for example, or other example, like one transaction is at the middle of one transaction, we got error. That time what we do, we roll back the transaction back, then run it again. So that means error is not existing there, the transaction failed, and roll back it, then try to execute it again. That is the rollback. And set transaction also, once we complete the data, we need to set another transaction. Once our one query is completed, we need to set the another transaction. So that is, we can use the set transaction and set constraint. There is one filter condition also, that also we can set there. That is set constraint. You can clear this one, right? Then DQL means select statement, data query language. We need to only select. The select is very important. Select star from this table. Select is the only one thing we can use there, because selecting the data from the databases. Okay. Then DCL. DCL means very important. Understand the concept. Data control language. Grant and revoke. Grant means, for example, your database have a confidential data. You need to only access a particular admin to admins. You need to give the access to two admins only. Then you can give grant access to that particular user. Then the user, that is limited access, and our data will be confidential. But in the case of revoke, what will happen? Revoke means we already give the data, already give the access to that particular person. But if the person left the company, so what will happen? We need to revoke the data. Otherwise, he will misuse the access. So that is the thing, we can use the grant and the revoke. Okay. Then the next one is, you can get from geek4geeks.com. You can get all the items from there. The important next one is drop, truncate, and delete. Okay. So the next one is, we need to know the difference between drop, delete, and truncate command in the SQL. So everyone got confused. What is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete? So today we will discuss about how we can differentiate and how you quickly remember these things. First one is, you can know drop. Drop means data definition language. Drop data definition language. So that means it define the data. Data definition language means it already impacted the structure of the table and databases. So here it is DDL, data definition language. It is used to drop all the table. Okay. And next one is, we can drop the table as a structure. With the structure also, we will delete from there if we use this statement. Structure. Okay. And the next one, the query like drop the table name, semicolon. And we cannot, the important point is, we cannot restore using the rollback, because it is a DDL statement. So it will be vanish everything. Auto commit is there. So we cannot do after once you execute this statement. So be careful. Next one is truncate. The truncate also is a DDL. That means that also data definition language. And here you can delete all the data, but the structure will exist in there. You cannot use the where clause. So that is very important. And it is faster. The truncate is faster than the delete statement. And here you can use the truncate the table name. So that will delete whatever the data, all the data. For example, a table contains 100 of data, 100 of records. That if you use the truncate statement, it will delete 100 records, but the table will exist there. And this also you cannot restore because it is a DDL statement, means it is auto commit, so we cannot use the rollback there. Then the delete. Delete means DML, data manipulation language. That means we need to do something. And you can use the delete the one row or two row, whatever you want, for with the help of where clause, where condition. Delete row number one from the table where the row equal to row ID equal to this one. Then delete only one row. That is the delete condition. And rollback, very, very important. Rollback you can use here. But only one thing, it is slower as compared to the truncate. Truncate means at a one single step, it will delete all the things, but delete, it will take some time. So these are the difference between drop, truncate, and delete. Remember it. Okay. Yeah.